What's up, good people? It's your boy Mark, David Meyer, with The Fire, here to share ideas and take our collective vibration up just a little bit higher. And I'm gonna make this a little bit of a shorter video. For one, I don't need to talk your ear off. Second of all, it's kind of cold and I'm trying to get to the gym and get it in. Today's video, how to connect with your spirit guides and ancestors. Somebody taught me how to do. Hold up. Somebody told me to make this video. I'm not gonna tell you who, but if you use the context clues, you might figure the fuck out. A lot of people ask me, how do you connect with your spirit guides? How do you connect with your ancestors? Because I tell people a lot of times, I'm not the only person with spirit guides. Same way you have friends, family, people that you know, as above, so below. Whew, you're not alone. No matter how much you feel alone, even when there's no people for you to see, you're not alone. You better believe it. You hear that bird? You are the universe. Principle of mentalism. Your mind is everything. Mind is all. So it's really important for us to extend our perimeter and clean our space so we understand what our space is. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. Your space is your spirit. And your spirit is your space. Ooh, it's deep, man. Language so light you might not catch it, for real. I got about 3 tips for you guys, and I'll elaborate as I go. The most important way, or easiest way, I should say, for you to build your connection with your guides and ancestors is to invite them, all right? And let's think back about people as well. Correspondence. Let's say you have friends and associates and things of that nature. Do you enjoy when people show up unannounced to your place, or make assumptions that you're going to help them, or just be ready to tag along at their every beck and call? That's usually not so much fun, you know? So generally speaking, your guides, ancestors, they don't want to intervene with your life unless they absolutely have to. If there's no invitation, no open spot, why would they be confronting you and, for all intents and purposes, wasting their time? Same way you have a purpose, you have a mission, experiences and expansion you need to make here in this realm. Your guides have that shit going on too. Everybody has guides and different types of guides. There's different functions of guides we can talk about in length in another video, whether those are your ancestors or maybe your teachers. Maybe they could be certain deities. They could be healers, protectors, guardians of your consciousness, helping you with your ascension. But generally speaking, the guides that you have access to at any time in space are vibrationally aligned with you. So you can either call them your spirit friends, or they might be in the same heritage, same ancestry, same spiritual lineage. Digression, but some of y'all know your blood family might not be your spiritual family, and vice versa. We're going to have to make a lot of videos on ancestors, to be honest, man, because I want to keep this direct. My 12th house Mercury wants to take this in a million different ways. We have to venerate our ancestors, and that's why it's good to build a relationship with them. And we'll talk about methods of veneration later. So invitation, that's the first and foremost thing. This universe respects and values choice and free will. I'm not going to tell you guys to believe that free will exists everywhere, because quite literally you will see in your daily life circumstances where people's will is impeded on. And that's Pluto. That's power and control issues that we have to deal with in our life. But generally speaking, if you have spirits that resonate with you and value your ascension, your progression, your evolution, they will not impede on your free will unless it's absolutely necessary. And I went live last night and I had this discussion, y'all, but we kind of discussed this on the spider video. I meant to say this, but you are the web. The universe is the web. You are a strand in the web, and so am I. And that's the world, right? So every web strand is connected. And when somebody chooses to harm another strand of the web, it harms the whole entire web in total. So sometimes your will, your action, your desire, if it's not conducive with the will, the capital W of the universe might not let you manifest that shit because it's going to be detrimental to the whole. You understand? So when it comes down to spirit guides, ancestors, deities, etc., without an invitation to your space, they are most likely not going to connect with you unless it's absolutely fucking necessary. Unless you're doing some fuck shit that's messing with the integrity of the web, or someone is trying to break your strand for no just reason, generally speaking, you're not gonna make connections without an invitation. Step number one is invite them. How do you invite them, you might ask? It's Wednesday, my dude. I call upon the spirit of Mercury to assist me in making this video and communicating for the best and highest good of all. It was that simple. Y'all saw me do it in 10 seconds. Insert whatever in the place of Mercury. I call upon my ancestors to be present with me. I call upon my spirit guides to be present with me today and assist me in my evolution for my best and highest good. Harming none, so mote it be. You gotta ask, and then you shall receive. I bet I'm not the first to tell you that, so look into that. Ask and you shall receive. Number two, it's getting cold, man. Make an altar. Your spirit is your space, so you have to be very mindful with your space and learn how to program your environment. When you designate an area of your home as an altar, which simply put is just a surface that you can put things on, that's designated for an intention, you start to program your environment. And whether you're a Wiccan or a pagan or religious and doing these things unconsciously, you probably still understand the concept of how to direct energy. If you ever had a desk, in some way, shape, or form, that's an altar. But the point is, pick a space in your home that's designated for the ancestors, guides, spirit guides, or maybe even the spirit of your home, and clean that space up. Like I said, this is kind of part 1.2. By building an altar, you're giving a physical invitation to your spirit guides and spiritual family by allowing them to have a space, a location within your home, okay? And on this altar, let's say if you have ancestors, you can put up pictures of the people who have passed physically. You can put up statues of your deities. You can put crystals. You can put your tools. Ooh, it's cold. You can put your wand, your sword, your chalice, your stone, your incense. You can put offerings of food, alcohol, arts and crafts, whatever you want to do. And you can go towards this altar and make connections with your spirit guides. Every time you look at your altar, you will pay attention to your guides. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and that's the point of having an altar. Is that whatever working you do on the altar, you will add energy to it as you pass by that location. You can have many altars, but if you want to connect with your spirit guides, don't skip on the altar building because it is so important, okay? And last but not least, I'm going to just suggest meditation. Spending time in your day to connect with yourself and pay attention. Again, you're paying the esoteric currency, your water and fire. You're paying that attention to self, to clarity, to clearness, to not distraction. I don't know what you're looking at before you saw this on your phone. Damn. But maybe you distract yourself with your phone. I know I do sometimes. So when you can put your phone down and sit your ass down and pay attention to within, you will add more awareness and expand the clairvoyance energy in your life. You are a psychic, you're a clairvoyant, you're a clairaudient, medium, you're all that shit. You just have to develop psychically if you aren't connected to it yet. So the more attention you pay towards clairvoyance, the more clairvoyance you will have in other experiences in your life. So even if you're not home by the altar, if you're just going throughout your day-to-day, because you spend a lot of time with clarity, when you go through different circumstances and situations, you'll have more clarity to receive in those circumstances. And this is checking in with your body, correspondence, the aura. Your physical mirrors the spiritual bodies. So sometimes your spirit guides will communicate to you using your body. Your feelings, your intuition, the vibrations. It's a giving and receiving. So if you don't pause and take time to look at what you receive and maybe abstain from receiving information for a little bit so you can process, you might not be able to understand the messages you're receiving. I'm willing to bet, just because this is how this shit works, if you're watching this video 9 minutes in, you probably have your guides talking to you and you probably be missing a lot of those messages because you dismiss them as your own imagination. You might dismiss it as just mental chatter that can just be like in one ear, out the other ear. So you got to pay attention to the frequencies and vibrations. If your guides are truly aligned with your evolution, their information is going to uplift you and make you vibrate higher and feel better. And I mentioned this briefly. I'm going to touch on it a little bit and probably have to make a new video on this, but not every one of your ancestors is for your best and highest good. And you can see this physically as a human. Maybe your drunk ass auntie or Aunt Sally or Uncle Tommy is a fucking idiot. Maybe he's a drunk. Maybe he doesn't know shit. And maybe it would behoove you not to fucking listen to those motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody needed to fuck Uncle Tommy, man. Holy shit, man. No offense, but some of your ancestors are stupid as fuck. And I mean that respectfully. You have to trust your own vision, your own judgment, your own principles. So same way there's ignorant ass motherfuckers on this planet Earth that will try to tell you how to do things they've never done. You got to be discerning when it comes to working with spirits, spirituality. That's it, guys. I love you. Build your altar, clean your altar. Make your space open and inviting for your spirit guides so they can help you. Invite them in because they aren't trying to cross lines, generally speaking, if they are really respecting you and caring about your highest and best good. So happy Wednesday. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.